Pound Swiss here. Love my Swiss pairs. You can see it's sitting at the zone here, and I think it wants to break low. I'm just seeing about these parameters I set before. I might want to bring them down. No, they're pretty good. Okay, so obviously pound Swiss is bearish. It's below this moving average, but it's having a real tough time breaking this zone. You can see like it previously has held many times here between this 111 and like 110.6 kind of area. Has held so many times. So it's going to take a lot to break this zone, but I do think it will. And then we're going to target our 108.5 level still, which is about 400 pips of range for the month, which is totally reasonable and what it usually moves. So let's see if we can find a good entry. If we dial this down to the 4 hour, you can see price is still below this 4 hour moving average, and it pulled down through this zone. You can see right here, rejected, came back up into this major zone, which cannot, it's having a real difficult time breaking. Came back up into this zone. We can extend this a little bit just to keep all of our wicks in it. And you can see price came up into the zone, pulled back out, pulled back in, now rejected many times, and printed this last candle here. So I do think that price may be on its way down. We just have to see. Got a little zone here. I just want to be sure. I want to be sure it's worth the entry, if it's worth the the risk to assume that this is going to break lower now. So you got this massive, almost like hammer candle here into the zone, pull back. Price is below this 1 hour moving average as well. So the bears are really with us here. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta. I kind of want it to break this little zone here first and close below it. I mean, I think like we really need for this to break this zone, which I think it can do, but like you can just see how many times it's came back down to the zone, came back up, and then as it's not going higher, but it's just like it's not breaking this zone. So for me to take a trade, which I'm still going to, I trade a lot of the Swiss pairs, so I just like the way they move. They're very consistent. So I'm going to take this trade, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. I want to see it break below here. You can see it's starting to make higher highs, lower highs, lower lows. Boom, 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 boom. So the structure's there. 1 hour moving average, price is below it. You can see this massive price comes up, 30-minute, boom, pulls it right back. So yeah, it's almost just like this little 15, even a 15-minute candle. We need a 15-minute candle to break below this zone, break below like 111.36. See if I can set an alert for that. 111.36. Yeah, I just want to make sure that there's enough bear momentum. If there's enough bear momentum to break this area, then there might be enough to keep going into this area and maybe just go lower and lower. You can see like it's tried. This is low. Well, this isn't lower than these ones, but it has been lower than these recent ones. So I mean, eventually it's going to break this zone. It's just a matter of when and if it's worth the risk. So I do like this setup now. I think I generally don't trade with a stop loss. It depends on what I'm trading, but I would short this now, just on just hoping that not so much hoping, but just banking on the fact that price is not going to go above this area. This is a huge resistance area now, so I would keep that in mind. So I'd be comfortable personally shorting it now and just looking for this 108.5 target, just really assuming it's going to break this zone. So, or at least go deep into it, and then if it starts to struggle, I can just take my money off the table. It's not really an issue, but that's kind of what I'm feeling for pound Swiss here. I want it to break this zone. I got my alert set, so we'll see what happens when it breaks that zone. You can see on this 1 hour it's pulling back up a little bit here. Might reject this moving average once more and then head lower. So gonna wait a little bit longer for that, but I am definitely bearish on pound Swiss. I do think it's a great short. I do think we have this nice big safety zone here for us now, so You can actually see if you pull this up a bit, you can see it kind of functions like this zone. You can delete this previous zone here, and now we have this one to kind of protect us. So I do like it. I do feel pretty comfortable with pound Swiss, you know, shorting it and just targeting that 108.5 level, that full 400 pip range for the month. Eventually it's going to break and it's going to go lower, and we're going to get that range. So that is pound Swiss.